interested in Canada's sanctions on Israel because when Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, many things in Russia were sanctions were put on the Russian state as a whole, targeting things like trade, finance, technology, vessels, oil, and gas. When it comes to Israeli sanctions, they're largely focused on violent extremist settlers in the occupied West Bank and individuals. Do you think that there should be broader sanctions on Israel to try to get them to abide by international law?
Actually, I'd like to clarify. We have actually imposed more than 20 sanctions on violent extremist settlers. We've also sanctioned two Israeli cabinet ministers, and we also ensured that we are standing with the people of Palestine, recognizing the state of Palestine, supporting the Palestinian Authority. And so we have been forward leaning in terms of ensuring we're standing for those values. At the same time, underscoring the importance of international law. That is something that is consistent across the board for Canada and Canadian foreign policy, that we are a country that stands for international law, international humanitarian law, as well as the law of the sea.
We all got even a penny every time Anita Anand lied. I feel like we'd probably all be able to pay our rents multiple times over. Saying that Canada respects international law when it comes to so-called Israel is one of the most farcical and untrue statements I've heard in quite some time. Like, let's look at some facts, shall we? First off, a report was just put out by the CJPME saying that we know that there is Israeli foreign influence and interference in Canada. Don't be out here telling us that we're doing so much to sanction Israel, when literally Canada's public affairs is being influenced by Israel. Next, in spite of Anita Anand saying numerous times that Canada does not send weapons to Israel, we do. Canada has yet to suspend military trade with Israel, which literally is in denial of international law, because based on international law and in alignment with the International Court of Justice's 2024 advisory opinion, Canada is obliged to end all financial trade and economic ties that sustain Israel's illegal occupation. Canada also has not imposed sanctions on all Israeli officials, and this is in the context that Canada did do this for Russian officials, but has not implemented the same mechanisms to uphold international law when it comes to Israel. And as Anita Anand literally said in this interview, the government has only sanctioned two Israeli officials. And there's also the fact that there has been no ban on trade with illegal Israeli settlements. And literally once again, under international law, all Israeli settlements in occupied Palestinian territory are illegal. So sure, while the government has put through some sanctions, specifically the ones that Anita mentioned in this interview, Israel's impunity remains intact. And Canada's measly little sanctions do not uphold international law. Anita, as per usual, lying through her teeth.